Pabna Revolt 1873 to 76, which is originated in Yusuf Sahib Pargana of Pabna in Bengal. This Yusuf Sahib Pargana is a part of Bengal where the Pabna area is located. And this revolt was led by Keshav Chandra Rai. You can underline this name, Keshav Chandra Rai. And Zamindars routinely collected money from the peasants by the illegal means of forced. And they forced levy, that is, they forced the people to pay in the form of taxes without any reason. Levy, abwabs, and enhanced rent, and so on. They are giving different names as taxes, as fines, as rent, like that they give. They said many reasons for collecting money, and they continuously they started to collect the money which was not unable to paid by the farmers. And to agitate again, to protest against this, a large crowd of farmers gathered and marched in the village to frighten the zamindars, and they asked the other farmers to join with them, and for that funds was collected. And to meet the cost of this march, and then the struggle slowly spread throughout the whole Pabna region and also towards the part of East Bengal. Everywhere the farmers were organized and they started to resist against the legal resistance which was barely put by the zamindars. And if zamindars tried to compel the riots to submit, at that time the force was started violence. So there was a little violence. There was no severe looting or attacking anything, but the things were very less. In spite of that, it happens. That is because of the zamindars. And zamindar or their agents were killed or seriously injured by the riots. And slowly this riot developed a strong awareness of the law and their legal rights and ability to combine and form association for peaceful agitation. So the farmers built a wall to protect themselves. The next is the Deccan riots 1875. Deccan is the region that is apart from central India towards South India. Yes. So which happened, this Deccan riot happened in, that is, it started in Pune against the moneylenders who started slowly to grab the lands of the farmers who are unable to pay their revenues. And this protest slowly started rise in full of Pune districts against this moneylender. And in that riot, totally 33 villages joined, and these peasants looted the property of Marwari Sahukars. This Marwari Sahukars are the moneylenders, and these Sahukars took the help of the police to control this oppression. But at last, it ended in a Deccan Agricultural Relief Act. The government passed the act in favor to protect farmers, and it removed some of the most serious grievances of the peasants, and it protects the peasants. The next is the Punjab Peasant Movement 1890 to 1900. It was also the act against the moneylender who started to get the land from the peasants who are unable to pay their revenues. So, but the Punjab is a land which gives a huge number of soldiers to British army. So British government want to protect the Punjab farmers. For that, they introduced a act called Punjab Land Alienation Act in 1900, and it is an experimental measure that the total population was divided into three groups. The first is the agricultural group, The second is the statutory agriculturalist class, and the rest of the population, including the moneylenders, as the third group. And there were many restrictions were imposed on the sale and mortgage of the land from the first category to the other two categories in order to protect the farmers.